Every summer, thousands of tourists come from all over the world and descend on Nantucket Island, 20 miles off the coast of Cape Cod, to enjoy the island's sheer beauty. It had been a couple of summers since I was last on the island, and so when good friend and on-the-water offshore columnist Jon Pilcher called to see if I had any interest in fishing for Bigeye tuna on a 42 Wesmac, I jumped at the opportunity. Captain Johnny Walker was heading out on the Provider at 2 a.m., and if we wanted to be on the boat, Jon Pilcher and I would have to hustle to make the last ferry out of Hyannis. Arriving on the island late, the crew of the Provider was already readying the gear in preparation for a 120-mile run to the continental shelf and 2 days of offshore fishing. Captain Walker would be targeting warm water eddies that had begun to break off the Gulf Stream along the canyon edges, bringing in blue water that held both prey and predator alike. With depths plummeting to over 1,600 feet, this underwater mountain range was teeming with life. Hey guys, welcome to On the Water TV. We just got out here to the canyon. Today we're going to be fishing with Captain Johnny Walker on board the Provider. We got our offshore columnist Jon Pilcher with us today. We're excited. We got two boats that we're fishing with, two buddy boats next to us. One of them just got wolf packed and the other one was into some wahoo not 15 minutes ago. We're going to go ahead and set up all the rigs. We're heading over. Hang with us. I think we're in for some good things when we get over here.
Yeah, we're just saying, Felix up in the tower saw a nice, looked like a whole bunch of life up on the surface. So we just buzzed over to it. Looks like a couple of big pods of porpoise over here, and green stick fishing, that's where you want to be. When you're in the porpoise and the green stick, you got a nice chance of getting the tuna to come up as well. So a lot of the bites may come on the single rod baits, but the green stick is what's really getting their attention and bringing them up.
Right now, they just deployed the green stick. I've actually never seen this set up. What a cool, we got a polyball all the way back, and it looks like we got 6 squid in between us that are just dancing on the water. What this will do is, if we get any action whatsoever on any of the squid, just by teasing this along, I can just pull this thing in. Just by wailing on this thing a few times, I'm gonna tease the squid in there. We got 6 of them all dangling just in front of the polyball. I wanna see this green stick go off. It'd be so cool. Just crank it on the wheel. No reeling on this one. Just hit the rewind there.
So we got the green stick in first. Now we're putting out the spread between the transom and the first squid on the green stick. The boat's already a huge teaser. Now we're putting a bunch of squid behind the boat, real tight packed and well, and then 5 green stick baits all the way back, almost like stragglers and
We
strays.
have 5 bars across the back here now?
5 bars,
Yep.
and then we're going to put 2 swimmers off the corners as well. And we also have 2 valleys on the long riggers.
On the long rigs all the way
We
out.
got some action in the water right now. Way to start the day.
Yeah, I like that, huh?
Didn't even have your Wheaties yet.
Yep. We just hooked up. We haven't been in the water for more than 10 minutes. There's the first head shake. I know the boats around us have been hooking up. Pretty good consistency. Fighting him standing up in here. I don't think he's real big right now. We're just kind of managing him in.
Yeah, at the splice, you got about 100 yards left of top shot mono, so he's got about half of it back. He's got a little more work to do. Good way to break in the day. Warm up the muscles.
Stay down. Dollar. Right there, can you see him? You got the fish coming on the boat here. No.
I saw your face.
Keep it under. Yeah, good.
All right, well, we just saw the fish. As Cam said, called Yellowfin right away.
So we gotta go over the side here. Tail wrap.
Tail wrap.
Okay, go forward with everyone. Everyone go forward.
I'm going forward too.
I'm gonna try to get a nice good lift. Nice and gentle. Okay, get another gap. Another gap. Don't move the line. Ready.
Nice fish. Well, first fish on the board, broke it. What's that, 10 minutes we were out?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's green stick fishing. Drives them crazy, right?
Well, coming up on slack tide right now, you can see that the waves are falling off a little bit. So Cam's trying to give it a little bit more action, working the green stick here, popping these things along. When you're going into a head sea, it really doesn't seem like you need it. They kind of bounce themselves. But right now, with the sea kind of falling off, the more action you can give it, the better off we're going to be here. Cam, what do we got, 5 or 6 on this thing? John, it's going to happen. It's coming to happen.
Mulberry Canyon's on a triple right now. Maybe a quad. Right around slack tide. So, good time for a little fish to be biting. Let's see what we can come up with here.
Yeah. These have been yellowfin, so I'm going to go with this guy.
We're tied on one here. On one.
Yeah, got him, John.
So when you're ready, slide him back to the...
Yeah. Although nobody saw it. Took some line off, that's for sure. Just saw some color there. Felix is coming in with a gap. Oh, there we go. You guys haven't been at it. 10, 15 minutes. We already got our third board on board. We got a nice yellowfin and now 2 albacore. Got a decent fish. Haven't had one for a little while. Let's ice this guy down, put him in, and get back at it.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this area, but there was quite a bit of life here. That's why we headed this way. It was busting up here pretty good for the past 5 minutes.
Just up ahead of the boat, we had some fish breaking all over the place. We think they may be tuna, but they also could be porpoise. So we're running up right now. We're gonna find out. There's another boat that just pulled up, which is usually a good sign that somebody's onto something. So we're gonna find out shortly. There's some, yeah, they're coming up and playing. They're such a social animal. Well, we got some great sea life. This is always a good sign. Anytime you're out in the canyons and you have sea life like this around.
Got some life here.
Yeah, you
Beautiful.
do. That's great, huh?
Got to get the tuna to come up. Let's get ready. Good time to get one. Good time to get one. How we get on, 2? One's a little better. A little better.
Again, we got another fish on starboard side. Jon Pilcher's gonna jump in there. Do you want the belt? No, Good,
Okay, guys, we got a nice fish here. Who wants this one? Fish, you want to take this puppy?
Yeah.
All right. Everyone else clear lines and make room.
All right, well, we just hooked up. I'm hoping this is a yellowfin.
How close is that first fish?
Real close now. Little yellow? No, little, same thing.
These are nice sized ones. It's better than we got over here. Get a couple more.
Exactly.
Another scale. Longfin? Okay. Bring him in, we can let him go if we want to. Spear him. Nice. Good job. How's the bite? Still going on over there?
We can't get a bait no more. Stupid.
All right, we're running your tail. Johnny G just got a decent fish on too, but it sounds like there's more life that way. So we picked up, we're coming over. Thanks for the call-in. We'll see if we can get a couple ourselves. Be there in less than 10 minutes. Let's do it.
If you've never been offshore fishing in the canyons, it is truly an experience of a lifetime and a required bucket list item for any angler who prefers the deck of a boat to land under their feet. Schools of fish can and will pop up at any minute when fishing offshore, and when the weather is calm 120 miles out to sea, there's no place like it on Earth. It is important to always be in tune with weather when heading out to the canyons, and fishing with an experienced captain like Johnny Walker is a must. Life in the canyons is constantly changing, with water temperature breaks sometimes differing as much as 10 degrees in less than a mile, and so it is always important to change the spread depending on what may be swimming below. When warm water from the Gulf Stream moves north, you never know what may crash the party when you least expect it. Well, we got over to Nantucket last night with an early start this morning around 3 o'clock. We pushed off the dock. At dinner time, I noticed you guys are doing all the intel work. For the folks at home who don't understand the temperature changes out here, explain that to them.
Right. So the SST, sea surface temperatures, are checked before any trip now. Everyone's doing it. It's really finding a break, and finding a break that's been in one particular area for a long period of time. The longer you have got a break in one area, the longer life starts to build, okay? So that's really the sweet spot.
Now, we made a decision this morning. It was going to be either hydro or Welker, and you made the final decision to hydro. What?
Really, the intel overrode the charts just because we knew what was going on a day before with the boats that are out here. Yeah. So it's all about networking. Guys are out here. They had a nice bite in this area. They were, nice enough to share it with us. And the temperature charts matched right up where the fish were.
We're pretty much right in the same area we started.
We sure are, yeah. We've been boxing this area pretty much since we got here. There's been life nonstop. We're going to keep pounding it. Rip dog, provider, over. We got a pretty good start. We got a nice yellow on board to start the day.
Here we go.
We just hooked up right now as we speak, so it's been pretty steady. We got a nice yellow one. How you making out?
Yeah, go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and put the belt on. Good head shake there. Yeah, it feels like a yellow. Johnny, I double up. I didn't get a chance to see what they were. These feel a little heavier than those last ones. I think I got the second one back. No, I'm down. I'm right here.
Gap? Gap them? Oh, hey, you gotta walk up. That's a long bait. It's a long skinner bait. You gotta wire that one.
Past you.
Bring him in. We can let him go if we want to.
That's a nice one. A little bit bigger.
That's a fat one. Keep that one.
Keep that guy. That's a nice one.
This is when we need a pig to jump on a green stick bait.
Real close now.
Right, go to the left.
Well, John's over there right now with about a 20-pounder working away. This guy's a little...
Come on, man.
We already got our fourth fish. There he is.
Green stick. He's on. He's coming on. Another one. So we just got a nice knockdown on the green stick. Came up and ate one of the squid. Took a little bit of line, so clearing the lines, and we're going to see what we got here. Got a much better chance to get a second, or a third, or a fourth. Or even a fifth. Hook up. Your call.
Yeah.
Green stick, your
yeah. Oh, there you go. Nice yellowfin. That's good eating right there. Awesome. Little longfin. I picked one up. Jon Pilcher picked one up that was probably almost the exact same size. His didn't come back to the boat the same size though. We had a shark come up and bite that thing in half.
We were busting his chops thinking he was getting weak. Couldn't pull that thing in, but I think he had a little tug of war going on. Either Mr. Tiger or Mr. Mako was pulling back.
It's amazing how quick. I'm going to bring that up for the folks at home to see how quick this thing happened. Yeah, oh boy, that was right. Ended up like this. It's so cool looking at the teeth that came up and whacked this thing.
Yeah.
That was Jon's fish that was coming in, almost cookie cut it to what we had. Both of them knocked down very close to each other. So that fish came up. What do you think it was, a Mako or a Tiger?
Most likely.
Teeth like that?
Two likely candidates out here.
Look at that.
About 15 more minutes here. We're going to fish one more edge here that we did well about 45 minutes ago and got those 3 fish in. So see if we can get 1 or 2 more yellowfin, and then we're going to pull the lines in, go to the eastern edge, and there's a nice little break there, a 4-degree break on the eastern edge.
And how far's that run?
It's a 9-mile run, so we'll be in there in less 20-minute range. Get over there, set up, and we'll have a good 2 hours to fish and
get a shot of the Bigeye.
Yeah, you know, what we like to do here on the Ken is get that that last couple hours can be real productive,
Really?
and generally you got a good chance of getting those bigger fish.
Another 15 minutes here, we're going to make a run. Hang with us. If you can look just off up out right now, we got a really cool weed line. We got some birds working on the surface. They're pushing the small bait.
It's only 200 feet here. Could anchor and slide right down. We were trolling along. We found a little ground gear, had a couple hits, and then we found a massive weed line. And so we decided to have a little fun pulling the troll gear and start chunking. Got a bunch of sardines going, and as you can see us in a buddy boat over here, just bailing the bull mahi like crazy. Some tuna on here as well. These guys had a 40-pounder come in, and before they could get to the boat, a nice old shark came in and bit it in half.
Yeah, do we want to, you should see the amount of fish on this side right here. Look at these things, just cruising around.
Whoa!
Cue the fish jump. Here you go. Whoa! We came up on a weed line. We've been fishing the entire afternoon, having some pretty good luck on the last couple of passes with some yellowfin. But what we just came up on right now is we got mahi all over the place.
You might swim under you though.
We got look at these. There's a couple of shark, total pandemonium. Yep. Make sure we're doing more important, just keeping these fish eyes. Hoping to get a few more fish in there, but these things aren't worth anything if you get them back to the dock in room temperature. So we're gonna go ahead and pack some ice on this thing. With first mate Cam Crocker packing the early catch on ice, and Jon Pilcher changing up the spread, Captain Walker decided to make a quick run over near some high flyers that he had done well on in the past. When fishing the canyons, depth changes, temperature breaks, or any kind of structure, including offshore lobster gear, can often lead to big things.
Yeah, we're on the edge now, so we're going to run the edge. There's a little break here. Got some pots on the edge that we can hit. There's some bigger mahi around, so we got a chance to get some bigger mahi.
Johnny, we're mixing things up. What are we doing right now? I know we shot over here. We're going to put out a big ice spread, but what else?
Yeah, that's pretty much the theme. Trying to get some bigger fish. You know, the old dust bite, sunset bite.
Yeah.
Good time to get a big eye, maybe a bigger yellow, or even, you know, a pack of yellows. So
That's
you're
perfect.
surprised how many times you get a bite just when you think
Right before, yeah,
nobody
it's
can
over.
see. They
No,
can
it's
see just
awesome.
fine with those big eyes.
That's
you know?
exactly it. That'd make for a nice. We've already had a nice trip. Landing one of those would be really great.
Absolutely. Got some life out there.
Both of one?
boy, go get him.
Which one is off? Yeah, you get on it.
Good time. Get those bars in right there, the short bars first. Get
Yep.
the bars in. Yeah, plenty of line. If you can, put the gear forward, away from the back of the boat. That's on the rocket, so the leader's not too long, so it'll be easy leader. Yeah, both sides, because you never know what side we're going to take them.
All right, we just went by a high flyer, a couple of boats around us, and hooked up on Bigeye. All of a sudden, it just came up and exploded. We got the young gun on it right now. Nice job, man.
Okay, a little lighter, a little lighter, a little lighter. Try to keep the 10 pound. It's in your feet. A little bit, yeah. Let him try to get some line back. Let him try to get some line back. He's turning it right now. You don't like that. You don't like that.
Good there, John. Jim's getting him close to the boat right now. We're gonna try to determine whether or not this is just a gaff fish, in which case we'll put 2 gaffs in it. Felix, if you're on the boat, we'll put the first one in. And then if we need a second gaff, Captain Johnny Walker will jump. Port side, come around.
Gaff fish. Felix, you got the first, I'll get the second, okay? If it's a stick fish, I'll stick it, and then you gaff it.
Yeah, there he is. Get color. Yep.
All right, nice color. He's doing a little circle for us. A little time now.
Yeah, we got 2 more circles. I got him. Right here. Okay. Come on down this way.
I gotta get.
Port. We got a really nice fish, John. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh! How's your name, brother? That's awesome. Nice job. Hey guys, we had a great trip out here on the Provider. Captain Johnny Walker, Captain Felix Johnny, the owner of the boat, Cam Crocker put the wood to this, and Jon Pilcher, our own offshore columnist. If you'd like to learn more about today's show, log on to onthewater.com. From the entire crew of the Provider. Baby, what a fish, huh?
Eyeball, baby.
Eyeball.
Big eye.